Strings, first and last occurrence with loops. So previously we did it without loops. What if I didn't know how to use the .s.find f function or the reverse find function? How would I create it, or methods? So get first. We're going to define it. Get first. And we take in a string, let's say words, or s, let's just call it s. We'll take in s, and what we want to do is return the first occurrence of s. So let's use a loop. Let's iterate through, or go through s, and see what gets returned. So how do we do this? We'll say for I in range, and this basically, for I in range, is a for loop that's going to go from 0. I is going to take on the value of 0, and it's going to iterate for the length of s. Now, length of s just returns the length of s. So it's going to iterate as many characters there are in s, that's how many times it's going to iterate. So let's just see how it works. Print I. So if I run my code, whoops, let's run the code and say get first, and I send it the word junk. It's going to iterate. I is going to take on the value 0, 1, 2, 3. So it's going to iterate 4 times. 0, 1, 2, 3. If I wanted to print the character, I would go through si. Let's run that. And let's send the word junk, J-U-N-K. Okay? And print, I could say print I, then print a colon, space, and then si. If I ran that code and ran get first junk, the first I would equal j, 0 would equal j, the second character is u, then n, then k. So how am I going to use this to find it? Well, we're iterating through each letter. So if si, that's my letter, right? S0, S1, S2, S3. If si equal f, return, do I return si? Si would be the letter. It would just return f, right? We don't want that. We want to return I. And if we ran through the entire word and we didn't get anything, we would return -1. Okay, so let's run this code again and see what we get. Oh, and without printing. And don't forget the colon. That's why we had the error. All right. Find get first, junk. We're looking for the first occurrence of f. It doesn't find it. So what did it do? It went through j. It wasn't equal to f. It didn't return I. It went through u. No f. It went through n. No f. It went through k. No f. It went through the entire loop. Didn't find it, so it returned -1. So let's try another one. Run. And let's try and let's send office. It's supposed to return 1. And it does. It looks through the first one. It's not f. It loops again. It finds that it's f, and it immediately exits my function and the loop and the whole function by returning I. Okay, so I know that that works. What about get last? Let's define it. Def get last. I take in s. How am I going to do this? There's a few ways to do it, but for I in range len s. And let's just say that last equals -1. Let's assume if it doesn't find it, our last is going to be -1. So we're going to go through all my values. And if si, which refers to my character, equals f, then last equals I. That's the index. We're going to keep doing this. So we're going to go through the whole thing. And we're going to set last equal I. If it finds it once, it'll set I. So let's just print so we can see what's going on. The index, the last index of f is space, comma, and let's just say I. Okay? Alrighty. And what are we going to return? After we're done our whole loop, we're going to return. Are we going to return I? No, we're going to return last. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So run, get last, and we're going to send the word office. And for fun, we'll just add an F at the end of it. So it should return not 0, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6, if it works. And it does return 6. And look what it prints. It goes through my loop for I in range. If si is equal to f, then the last is equal to whatever that value is. And then it prints it. So when it finds the first, it actually sets last equal to 1. And then when it finds a second one, it sets last equal to 2. And it goes through every letter until it gets to the last F, and it sets last equal to 6. And then it's done. So the last time that we matched our letter, it was equal to 6. Now, if we don't have one, if we don't find one, so let's say get last, and there is no F. Voice. It's -1 because we set last equals -1 anyway, right? And when we don't find it, last is never set if we don't find an F. So last is -1. All right, that's how you find last. Okay, so if we run our program, nothing happens. Output mismatch. I didn't even grab input. So let's grab input. S equals input. And we do it the same way. If. And you could do it. You don't even have to be that clever about it. You could say if get last dot s equal -1, print -1. By the way, if get first is -1, it's also, you just want to print -1. So if get last equal get first, get first, of course we have to send it S, well then print, that means there's only one occurrence, then print, doesn't matter, get first or get last. And then you could go elif or if. They're mutually, actually they're not mutually exclusive. But one will catch the it'll still work. Otherwise, print get first and get last. Oh, of course we have to say s. We have to send it our input value. And submit. Oh, we have an error. Why? Oh, because we're not supposed to have a colon after a print statement, obviously. Or we have an error now. Oh. Yeah, we did this when we were just understanding our code. Let's delete that. Let's run it again. There. Ooh, we go -1 twice. Remember why I said it was going to work? Well, guess what? Right here, we didn't find it, right? So it printed -1, and then get last was -1, and get first was -1. So we actually have to exclude this first case. So we do elif. Submit. There we go. And that's how you do it.